Well, this looks interesting. Firing up Lagatha, the 2007 XC70 with the VIDA plugged in and checking out what the codes are. And on delivery, it's telling me we've had this antenna light ring signal missing. Don't know what the heck that is. It's a CEM9C03. But also I see here an ECM3100 Misfire, at least one cylinder. And then they got two of them that go with it. ECM3110. Cylinder 1 misfire at startup. ECM3130, cylinder 3 misfire at startup. So I'm not sure what is happening. Gonna pull the top off this motor. I bet that's fuel injectors, or not sure. Maybe it's just it was cylinder 3 on the P0303 code, I think is what we had on just a regular OTEL unit. So this is a little bit more in detail, and we'll figure out what's happening here soon. Have the engine covers off on the fuel rail. It's cylinder 1 and cylinder 3. Not seeing any issues in here that would tell me anything right off the bat on the anything to do with these injectors. I don't see any signs of gasoline or any leaking. And then we would have cylinders 1 and cylinders 3 up here on the top for the what are those called? Those are the coils, the spark plug coils. So I'm going to pull these two specifically, see what they look like, see if they're cracked underneath, and also pull the spark plugs and see what they, take a look at those and see how they look. But this one's never been opened up. I've never had this opened up. It's pretty dirty in there. Never cleaned this one up. It does have the double side intake and intake and exhaust variable valve timing on this one, so it's a little bit different. Also has this has a different sensor here and different sensor here than the regular V70. So I think this is the fuel pressure sensor. It's kind of funny because this, the little Schrader valve, is on this side on my V70, and I don't think I have one of these on this side. Doesn't seem familiar. And then I definitely don't have this because I don't have an intake variable valve timing. I have an exhaust variable valve timing. So this engine seems to be a little bit different than the V70 for sure, since this is 0.1 liters bigger, 2.5 versus the 2.4 in the V70. So I'll pull these apart and we'll give you an update. I'm going to try to show you this one-handed. So this is cylinder 1. This is my coil. It's not cracked under the boot there. Not cracked there. Flip around to this side. And not cracked there. But it is showing signs. Let's get that to focus. See the little cracks? Oh, it's hard to hold. So there's one here at the bottom, right above my thumb, and one on the top side just above it. The other thing that looks odd to me is right above my thumb. These look corroded. So it looks like they just don't look as good as the other ones I'm about to show you. That's cylinder 1. And then we have cylinder 3. And it's usually on this side. So it's usually on this front side that they crack. And look at that. Bam. There's a big old crack on that one. And again, they're corroded up here at the top. They just look corroded. No signs of cracking. Actually, there's a sign of a crack. Kind of right there. And then corroded. No cracking. No cracking. But this front side is where they always seem to crack. So for the past 6 months or so, every time I go to the U-pull and pay, and actually, before we get there, if I look down in cylinder 1, it looks pretty spotless. It's got something moisture or something got in there. And then a little bit of corrosion on cylinder 3, but it looks clean as well. So I'm not anticipating there's any spark plug issues. These things, I think there's less than 40,000 miles on these spark plugs. So I had in my storage bin of used Volvo parts. For the past 6 months, I've been pulling stuff out of the U-pull and pay. When I'm over there, I check all the P2 Volvos. So the S60s, the V70s, the XC70s, and the XC90s with the T5 or the 5-cylinder engine, usually a turbo, T5 turbo. So I had 3 of these. This one has a silver spring set in it. And when I pull the boot off, it wants to come apart. So I don't really trust this one unless I had to. And these are not Volvo ones that I've found. But I pull them all, and if there's a good one, I take it. They cost me, I think, $9, $10, something like that each, instead of $50. So I have these two that are good. They're not Volvo. I think they're Bosch. They have the lightning bolt on them, but they are compatible units. Both of these have the I don't know. It's like a yellowish color spring and connector. This one has a silver one. So this one seems to be a little bit, it doesn't even have the lightning bolt on the top of it. So this one, I don't remember what I got it out of, but it is compatible. It's just not as good, in my opinion. I'm going to go with these two. I'm pretty sure these are the Bosch units. So I'm going to put these two in cylinders 1 and cylinder 3 and see if they match. I know there's an issue on how long these are. I know I pulled them out of P2s, so I'm just going to stick them side by side. The one on the right is bad. The one on the left is good. They are the same size. So if this one's out of here, that one just came out. So I'm going to replace cylinder 1 and cylinder 3 with these two. It looks good on the top. I don't see any issues with fuel. We will, cylinder 1, cylinder 3, we'll replace those two, and we'll see if we'll start up and the stumble's gone. So I put in the new, I think this is a Bosch unit. These are Volvo. Volvo. Those are OEM ones. But this is the Bosch unit, and this is the Bosch unit that I had pulled from You Pull and Pay, $10 a piece. Just had them as a just in case. I had one more. That's all I had in stock. I'm just going to do these two because I know the codes were cylinder 1 and cylinder 3 misfires. So let's see. I'm going to assume that if this fixes it, I'm going to assume that 2, 4, and 5 are also going bad, and I need to head over to the junkyard and see if I can find some more for $10 a piece, just to have them on hand. Most of the time I pull these out of cars at the You Pull and Pay, and they are all cracked. A lot of them worse than the ones I just pulled out. So I'm not sure how those cars were running, if this was what was causing the problem. Definitely going to replace these. Hopefully I get lucky. I don't need to put all the covers back on. I just need to make sure I don't have anything in the way. I'm going to start this up. This is the only moving part, is right in here with all the belts and the timing belt. So that's feeling pretty good. That is a fairly new timing belt. It's got less than 40,000 miles on it. So going to get in here and we're going to start this up, see if the stumble is gone. Maybe we fixed it. When I start this up, hopefully the stumble is gone. And I can get ready because I have a soccer match tonight, NCAA spring men's match. So let me get this started. There we go. I'll have to leave for a couple hours though. No stumble. I think I fixed it. All right, I'm gonna plug in VIDA and we'll see if the codes are gone. I think I fixed it. Gee, thank you for your patience and still being with me. Okay. Reading. What is gonna happen now? It's got the do not, it's got the scroll. Don't know what that means. Got the blinking ABS that tells me it is connected with VIDA, and it is doing a check of the systems, I believe. And would you look at that? It says that's the only code. So let's say read all. Let's see what happens. It's gone. There's no more stumble. We are totally good. Let's see what the initial state says. It still shows those. Unselected. Delivery. That's the most recent. We are good. Let's hit read all again. Yeah, that's it. No more misfire codes. Lagatha is ready to drive. I am going to put the covers back on. There's a cover on the timing belt. There's a cover for the top on the coils. And I'm going to put the cover back onto the fuel rail. Going to button this up. I absolutely hate these two screws, so I'm not going to put them back in there. A pain in the butt to get. This one's sort of a pain in the butt to get, but with this undone and this undone, you can wiggle the bazooka turbo charge pipe just enough to get to them. So I'm going to leave these two out because they're the most pain in the butt, and this one is actually kind of the easiest one to get to. I'm kind of zooming in there so you can see it. But with that, I think I fixed it. I do need to head to the You Pull and Pay salvage yard here in town. I saw that they had a bunch of new P2s that were coming in while I was in Dallas, Texas. So I need to go and see if I can find 3 more coils. They're $10 a piece there. So if I can find 3 good ones, even Volvo ones without cracks, that'd be even better. I do have one more just in case, but I don't kind of really trust that one. It seems different than all the others. It doesn't have any branding on it whatsoever. The 2 I put in, I'm positive are Bosch units. They are not. I think they make Volvo's units, but they are not branded Volvo. And then the 3 that I have remaining in there are Volvo OEM. So the car is running perfect right now. There are no more codes. This is a success. Easy day.